Hello guys, I'm Qingyuan and my topic of the video is about t-test. According to the textbook, there are three types of t-test, which are t-test for independent samples, t-test for dependent samples, and t-test for the significance of the correlation coefficient. Considering the content of the chapter 9 to 13, only introduce the first two types. I will share my thoughts about the two types on this video, t-test for independent samples and t-test for dependent samples. First, we should know what a t-test is. According to the textbook, a t-test could be seen as a type of inferential statistic used to determine if there is a significant difference between the means of two groups, which may be related in certain features. In short, it's a statistic that checks if two means are reliably different from each other. So, when to use a t-test? There are several different types of t-test that can be performed depending on the data and the types of analysis required. In terms of t-test for independent samples, it will be used to find out whether there was a difference in the average scores of one or more variables between the two groups. Additionally, the two groups were not related in any way, and each participant in the study was tested only once, like testing the average quality of two different batches of beer. In terms of t-test for dependent samples, it will be used to find out whether there was a difference in the average scores of one or more variables between the two groups, and the participant in the study was tested more than once, like testing balance before and after drinking. So, how to use them in education research study? There are 8 steps for using the independent samples t-test, and there is a formula to compute the t-test statistic. There are an example about the independent samples t-test that is used in the paper. There are 4 scholars from the University of Kentucky finished the study. In this example, they were interested in finding out whether there was a difference in the average scores of the variables between the two groups. So, independent samples t-test were used to compare the scores in FRM and dirt quality between participants and non-participants. According to the result, it shows that the direct path between program participations and diet quality was not statistically significant. The t-value is 0.3. It is not extreme enough for us to say that the difference between the groups occurred due to anything other than chance. There are 8 steps for using the dependent samples t-test, and there is a formula to compute the t-test statistics. There is an example about the dependent samples t-test that is used in the paper. There are 4 scholars from McMaster University finished a study. In this example, the conditions are before the start of the experiment and after its conclusion. Primarily, the t-test for dependent means was used because the same educators were tested at 2 times, before and start the program and at the end of the program. And the second set of scores is related to the first set of scores. And according to the result, the final analyzed sample is 33. T-value of pre-module to post-module questionnaire knowledge scores to test for improvement in self-assessment of knowledge is a 0.275, which is enough to fall outside the range where we could register as a non-hypothesis. In this case, the p is smaller than 1%, and there is enough chance for us to say that this difference occurred due to something other than chance. There are my references. That's all I'm sharing today. Thank you.